Hello, I'm Bunny, and this is a new scroll that we have. It was given to us by Senpai's friend, and it has a Chinese poem on it. I don't speak Chinese, but it looks nice, so I sort of tilted my phone towards it a little bit more. It's about bamboo and strength, and I guess emotional strength, about going through tough times. So I think this is a very important thing to have considering the topic of this video, and I will start doing a little bit more spirituality side. I believe the banner on my channel says personal and spiritual vlogs, and I've done a lot of the personal vlogs, but I don't think I've done spiritual vlogs. The topic is my self-love story, and I got the idea to do this video by Kelly Ann Maddox, and I found her through looking up shadow work, and I mentioned shadow work in a previous video, and she is doing a series called Self-Love September, and she wanted people to share their stories, and here I am. And she has also done a series last year. I have not seen all of her videos. She has a lot of videos, and I feel like I want to write them down because she talks a lot about very interesting spiritual, magical topics, and I want to get into the practice of doing spells and things like that, but I have actually done a few sigil work currently right now, but it's something I'm not comfortable expressing at the moment. Anyway, self-love, and I wrote down the things I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to be looking down occasionally. How I learned about the term. I always knew about the term self-love, and I've struggled with self-hate and self-loathing for many years, most of my adult life and later teenage life, but it hasn't occurred to me until lately that that was what I was feeling, that I was feeling a lot of self-loathing towards myself. And I guess the opposite to deal with that is to love yourself, or try to change yourself, or try to learn how to accept yourself. And I prefer to do the acceptance thing. I, in a way, like certain things about me, but I don't like how other people don't like them, and that's a hurdle I still need to get through, because I just want to be able to not give a shit about what they care about. That's the thing, you love a person not wholly, but you love parts of them, and it's something I'm trying to learn to accept, but the only person who can love you wholly is yourself. Okay, what things have I tried? There's this thing called journaling, and that's not really anything new. I'm sounding like it's some sort of revolutionary thing, but actually, there's something called morning pages where you write 750 words, but for me, I don't write them in the morning, and I don't always reach 750 words, but I am okay with that. It was a struggle for me for a while because I didn't like writing, but then once I was able to see what I was writing and how the words were flowing, and seeing it rather than hearing it in your head is so much different, and it's quite therapeutic in a way. And something that I do enjoy doing is my gratitude journal, which is in bullet format, and I've actually been writing on my gratitude journal for about a month now. I want to do a separate video on that, and it is really great. I really do enjoy that. And very recently I've been doing this practice known as healing the emotional body. There's a video on it by somebody named Teal Swan. There's a process, and I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. It's better explained in the video, but basically I go into a somewhat meditative state, especially when I'm feeling down, and asking, what am I feeling, naming what am I feeling, and feeling it where it is in my body, and asking myself, when was the last time I felt this last, and why, and when was the first time I've ever felt this, and trying to go through my memory and trying to sort of change what happens in the memory, like taking myself out of the uncomfortable situation. It has been really helpful for me, and I haven't actually been doing it very long, and I'm still quite new to it because I have the tendency when I'm feeling bad to reject it. If I'm feeling like really shitty, I have the tendency to ignore what I'm feeling or try to distract myself, which doesn't work. And I feel that doing this process, which is very similar to, I guess, inner child work, it feels like I'm picking up pieces that were scattered in time and space. It sounds very like magical and mystical, but definitely try it. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. Self-love is important for me because I feel like if I couldn't love myself, I couldn't survive. I don't think if I tried to love myself that I'd be here right now. And it's something I do struggle with, but the thing about it is it's like an exercise. And I've mentioned in a previous video that I do yoga, and I notice if I haven't done yoga in like a month or even a few weeks that my body's not exactly fit as it was, and doing certain positions is a bit harder and my body's a bit stiffer if I haven't tried. And self-love is the same thing. It's an active thing that you have to do every day, and you can't just do like one journaling exercise your entire life and be like, self-love practices don't work, because you're miserable the next day. It's something you have to always work on. There have been a few obstacles in my life towards self-love. Like, I was really badly bullied in high school, even from my quote-unquote best friend at the time. A lot of my relatives are Baptist, Christian, and in my mother's side, they are Catholic. And I sort of moved away from Christianity, and I went to a Catholic school, high school, university, and a little bit of elementary school as well. And I have moved away from Christianity because I don't really like the whole concept of like you have to prove yourself to worthy of God's love, but God always loves you anyway, because I get these weird mixed signals. Like if I say I don't have time to go to church, then I get something like, oh, well, God doesn't have time for you. How can a being that supposedly loves me behave in such a way that makes me feel unworthy? Like a lot of songs and prayers we had to recite were about how we weren't worthy and we were sinners and we always needed to be forgiven for our sins, and then we have to prove our love for him. And God kills a lot of people in the Bible. Like he wipes out almost most of the population in the story of Noah's Ark. And I mean, I was told that story as a child, and I'm like, wow, that is messed up. But that was the idea that I was fed about love, and I felt that it was very unhelpful, destructive, and kind of dangerous. And I'm glad I was smart enough to move away from that, because I just can't see how somebody can be fed those messages and view that as genuine, true love from source, you know? I'm liking the breakthroughs that I'm having, like the whole healing, the emotional body process, and the gratitude journal is really great. So great, I'm gonna make a completely separate video just on that. And I've already said what I needed to say in terms of advice. I treat it like an exercise and persistence. Persistence is key, and it's not some sort of like magic thing like, oh, I'm gonna love myself. Like, you just turn on a switch and you just keep that switch on forever. It's something you have to maintain, especially if you've been through not so great things and are trying to get out of self-loathing like I am. So, that's all I have to say. I mean, do you have any advice or any experiences when it comes to self-love? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Bunny. Bye!